Assalamu alaikum. I hope you can hear me. Thank you, Varda, for welcoming me on this platform. Should I wait for some time or I will start at sharp 4? Meanwhile, I want to introduce myself. I am Kashfil Atafat and I am a researcher and teacher by profession, and I am in this profession since 17 years. Today I am going to present the session which is having a title Scope of Mathematics. We will start at sharp 4, inshallah. Okay, here you can see the title of this presentation, Beyond Numbers, Scope of Mathematics. Okay, this is just a little bit of intro of mine, as I just shared with you as well. Okay, so the today's topic is the scope of mathematics. Mathematics is uh, have a numerous careers, has a lot of options, I must say, in many fields such as social study, medicine, engineering, and natural science. Mathematics is considered as a significant tool. It is used for solving business problems, scientific problems, and economic problems. As the today's topic is scope of mathematics, but I divide this presentation into three main questions. Uh, but the first one in this series is what is mathematics and what mathematicians do. The another one is that what are the required skills in mathematics and what are the career prospects of a mathematician. So you see that the first question is what is mathematics, and most of you think that why I am explaining mathematics here in this intro. Believe me, during the time span of my 17 years of my teaching, my half of the time in the classroom teaching, I invested on that what is mathematics and develop a better uh, picture that what is mathematics. It's not a bookish knowledge which you need to pass on for to learn for passing your exam. Mathematics is a language which we all are using in a daily life. You see, it covers the theoretical, practical, and art process of thinking and a language. And what I just shared my opinion that mathematics is a language. The same is said by different author mathematicians and uh, philosophers, and one of them is Galileo, and he said that the laws of nature are written in the language of mathematics. So mathematics is just not a, um, a, a, a subject. We cannot take it as a subject. It's a language. As we are learning mathematics, we are not just learning a subject. We are learning a language to communicate, to connect with the world, and make the world better place to live. As I'm learning Spanish, as I'm learning English, and in the same manner, I learn mathematics. So, viewers, you see that we need to change our perspective while dealing with this subject. Changing of perspective is the first and the foremost thing. uh, आपको अपने पैराडाइम शिफ्ट करने की बहुत ज़रूरत है हम सबको ताकि मैथमेटिक्स को हम अच्छी तरीके से लेके आगे चल सकें. Mathematics for a better world, in that sense that every day, everywhere in the world, adults and children are using mathematics without realizing that what they are doing. They are using mathematical language for communicating. And we use math in our day-to-day lives. For example, when we are moving out for purchasing something or buying something from shop, to manage health systems, make weather forecasts, to create mobile plan, phone networks to be for communities, and to be connected and to create tools that help us understand, uh, monitor and control the spread of viruses like COVID-19 during the time of COVID-19 days, and still mathematicians and mathematics plays a vital role or significant role to develop or to conduct the research around it and to sort out the data, and to help out in this field. Mathematics, believe me, is a common language to the world. It is an essential part of humankind, rich cultural heritage is within it. When we look around, we see math everywhere. Math is not a bookish knowledge, it's a visual subject, I must say. And as a caregivers, as a parents, as a teachers, it's our duty to develop liking and enjoyment among the children for this subject. If we go further into it, we will see that mathematics is present in art, music, and games for human enjoyment and well-being. Just stick to that point that mathematics is specifically a subject which we have to learn for sake of develop understanding about numbers. No, this is not the way. The another definitions which I would like to share at this point, the term mathematics is derived from two Greek words. Manethania means learning, and technique means art or technique. Mathematics means the art of learning related to disciplines or facilities. You see, as I am saying, we cannot have take this in a way कि हम without maths अपनी लाइफ को स्पेंड कर सकते हैं. हम एक एक सेकंड दो दो मिनट पे हमें जो चीज़ें रिक्वायर्ड है अपनी लाइफ से, अपनी सराउंडिंग में, अपनी इन्वायरमेंट में हमारी जो चीज़ें मौजूद हैं, it's connected with math. Math, we cannot separate math from it. As in this definition stated, that mathematics means the art of learning related to disciplines or facilities. Another one in this series is that the dictionary meanings of mathematics is the science of number or space, or the science of measurement, quantity, and magnitude. And according to New English Dictionary, mathematics is, in a strict sense, is the abstract science which investigates deductively the conclusions implicit in the elementary conception of spatial and numerical relations. So you see that how math is important and what is mathematics really is. One more point I would like to discuss at this point is that okay, there is a myth moving around in our society, in our community, and since my childhood, I am listening these myths. One of our very famous one is that okay, the those who born with this mindset. No, this is absolutely wrong. Brain is an organ which grow and develops with the lapse of time through process of training and practice. वी कैन नॉट से कि हमारा ये पर्सपेक्टिव चेंज होना चाहिए कि मैथ जो एक स्पेसिफिक पीपल कैन डू दैट अदर देन नॉट. दिस इज वेरी डेंजरस वन. We need to deal with it. Basically, if we look around it, most students see mathematics as something to read, not as something enjoyable. In some respects, we are facing math crisis globally. Why this happened that with many students having difficulty understanding mathematics. So why this happened? Math concepts begin at a very early age. And believe me that this difficulty and the perspective which we all are carrying with us and we transfer it to our next generations, uh, it affects their potential in mathematics throughout their life. Their impact on their and the impressions on their mindset is that math is something very difficult. So you see that we need to start dealing or start taking mathematics in a different perspective now. Now, want to touch a little bit some points of nature of mathematics. Mathematics is science of discovery. Yes, very much. The discovery of relationships and the expression of those relationships in symbolic form, in words, in numbers, in letters, by diagrams, by graphs. So you see, science is discovery. Mathematics is science of discovery. The next point in this series is the intellectual game. Is an intellectual game. It can be treated as an intellectual game with its own rules and abstract concepts, like in form of puzzles and paradoxes, sort of mental exercise in which the mental exercise involved the math is like intellectual game to them. Now we will look into that. The another point deals with the art of drawing conclusions. Yes, it concludes a main task come under it. It is to develop practice to come to the conclusion. It gives you an idea that how to conclude one task which you started. Another thing is that math is a tool subject. Yes, it's a unique tool which can be used with any other subject. And it's in use. We are using it without knowing. हम अपने ध्यान नहीं देते लेकिन हम कर रहे होते हैं. अदर देन साइंसेज भी हम सोशल साइंस में भी हम यूज कर रहे होते हैं. हम अगर इकोनॉमिक अफेयर्स देखें, हम फाइनेंशियल अफेयर्स देखें, हम वहाँ भी मैथ यूज कर रहे होते हैं. Another one in this series is involves an intuitive method. Yes, here the role of teachers and caregivers and parents come that they will, instead of looking for right answer, we should allow students to use their own natural and intuitive way to solve questions. Don't try to develop a stereotype thinking in your students, in the learners. Let them have develop authentic scenes or environments or situations where they can experience the mathematical practice on their own way. Now, the science of precision and accuracy. Yes, the mathematics is the science of precision and accuracy. There is no if the answer is right or the answer is wrong. There is no in between phase that maybe this is that or this is one. So it's the science of precision and accuracy, and where we need accuracy, we need mathematics. And life in our life, we cannot live without. Now, the subject of logical sequence and abstract science. Yes, both of them that it they teach you that how to do a logical sequencing in your work, how to which step come after what. The math always move from the simple or layman method towards the complex method. As the children started with the baseline arithmetic concepts, and then these arithmetic base this baseline take them to the higher level of algebraic equations to the algebraic, and the algebra help them out to calculus. So in that same manner, they taught you the mathematics teach you that how to deal the logic. This subject teach you, I must say, that how to do in a logical sequence of step by step learning. And abstract science, yes, its concepts are abstract in the sense that they cannot be seen or felt in the physical world. For example, infinity is, yes, you know, all know about infinity is something that we can never experience, and yet it's the central concept of mathematics. So it's abstract science, it's abstract in nature. Another thing which I would like to discuss here at this point is that ways to help students, that children learn math since they are born. Since that time, they have an innate ability to respond to the numbers in which present in their environment. In the way they can compare things, you see that they are able to compare things on the basis of size, shape, and color. And if we observe carefully, children playing will easily notice. We will easily notice that while they are playing, they identify patterns, and they uh, love to generate patterns of sound, colors, shapes, and so on. In the same manner, at home to experience the mathematics is all around them, and let them have that experience at home in their home environment. Try to have a day conversation and communication. It's really very important aspect which I think is that young children need to observe their parents, their siblings, their caregivers enjoying and playing games that involve mathematical concepts. इन अ वेरी सिंपल वे, द वेरी बहुत एक कॉमन सा गेम है जो हम सब ने भी खेला होगा अपने चाइल्डहुड में, और हमारे बच्चे भी शायद आगे हमारी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन भी इसमें खेलना पसंद करती हैं, जैसे लूडो। लूडो एक बहुत ही कॉमन सा गेम है जिसमें मैथ काउंटिंग बहुत ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व होती है, नंबर से हम डील करते हैं। दिस दिस ऑल्सो हेल्प, दिस काइंड ऑफ प्रैक्टिस ऑल्सो मेक दैट रियलाइज कि मैथ एक इंजॉयबल और एक रिलैक्सिंग सब्जेक्ट है जिससे आप रिलैक्स भी होते हैं, इंजॉय भी करते हैं। इट्स नॉट समथिंग स्पेसिफिकली अ सब्जेक्ट की जो आप एक नंबर को कॉन्सेप्ट को समझने के लिए डील करते हैं। तो इस पर्सपेक्टिव को चेंज करने के लिए सबसे बड़ी चीज़ ये है कि बीइंग एन एडल्ट, बीइंग सीनियर सिटीजन्स, वी नीड टू डील विद द लर्नर्स इन अ वे कि उनमें ये लाइकिंग डेवलप हो, वो अब मैथ को एक हवा या एक परेशानी ना समझें, अपने लिए एक डिफिकल्टी ना फील करें उसको डील करते हुए। The another point which I want to highlight here is that when children experience everyone enjoying mathematics, so that they also start enjoying mathematics. Let the children experiencing math around them. Start with by giving them opportunities for counting, like switch to groups, a group of zigzags, a group of candles, a group of candies. In that way, so this switching on and on. Uh, Another very important aspect is that you have to do a math talks in your home environment. By math talks, you thought that I am talking about you have to discuss some very difficult concepts at home on daily basis. No, math talks are the general conversation and discussions which we are having at the family time during evening, any time which you all sit together. और यू हैव टू कम, आप कहीं से वापस आ रहे हो, चाहे वो आपकी एक शॉपिंग और मॉल का विजिट हो, चाहे आप एक गार्डन में गए हो या अपने घर के बाहर खड़े हुए हो, आप हर सूरत में मैथ से रिलेटेड डिस्कशंस कर सकते हैं अपने यंगर वंस के साथ, अपने सिबलिंग्स के साथ, अपने बच्चों के साथ। हाउ दैट जस्ट सिंपली फ्यू एग्जांपल्स आर लाइक दैट कि आप जब ग्रोसरी से करके वापस आते हैं तो डिस्कस दैट, ऐड देम, कंपेयर द फिगर्स, टोटल जो उन्होंने दिया है से कितना डिस्काउंट है, इन दैट सेंस। एंड अनदर वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल फॉर यंगर लॉट इज दैट कि आप उनसे कहें कि इफ यू इन अ गार्डन, यू आर स्टैंडिंग इन अ गार्डन और जू, आस्क देम कि कौन सी विच ट्री इज टॉलर, विच इज स्मॉलर, or compare different objects, how many things were there, what we eat there, how much money I spend on you on this activity, in this way. So you see, this is how you will be able to develop their numerical skills or numeric skills. It's really work out where numbers, of ऐसी discussions where number comes automatically, it's really very fruitful. So, some ways is that parents and caregivers role. Yes, as a parent, as a caregiver, what is your role to be play in developing numeracy skills and uh, develop liking among the students about the subject of mathematics? So, as a parent and caregiver, the first and the foremost point is that we need to believe and acknowledge that each and every child, irrespective of their age, um, and have the potential to build numeracy skills, but children need support and encouraging environment. Yes, they need an encouraging environment so their perspective will be changed. I would like to say in that way that if our perspective change for dealing mathematics, at what is mathematics, what is the nature of mathematics, what is the scope of mathematics, then we will be able to change, bring change in our younger lot and make it easier for them. The difficulties which we face as a student, as a learner, maybe if we do a little bit further in this area, they will not face and they will excel in this area. Another thing is that मैंने ये चीज़ भी बहुत सुनती हूँ कि boys are better than girls in math. ये जो चीज़ है, अम, इस चीज़ से, ये चीज़ जो डिस्करेज करना गर्ल चाइल्ड को, वैसे ही पाकिस्तान में गर्ल चाइल्ड की एजुकेशन बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क है हमारे लिए। People are trying at their levels, but still they are not at the point which is required level. हमें बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटीज हम क्रिएट नहीं करते हैं गर्ल चाइल्ड के लिए। उसके बाद इस तरह के माइट्स और इस तरह के स्टेटमेंट्स जब सुनते हैं हम लोग, बीइंग अ वुमेन, इट्स रियली हार्ट रेंचिंग। मुझे बहुत तकलीफ होती है इस चीज़ से कि आप एक बच्ची को, एक गर्ल चाइल्ड को आगे जाने से पहले ही रोक देते हैं। बीइंग अ केयर गिवर्स, पेरेंट्स एंड बीइंग अ सोसाइटी, हमें इसको एज अ सोसाइटल इश्यूज पे लेकर, ग्राउंड पे लेके काम करना चाहिए दैट देयर इज नो इनेट डिफरेंस बिटवीन बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स। We need to look into gender equity, that for every child, irrespective of their age, size, color, or gender, they are capable to handle maths. The reason is that why this might is so strong in moving around in our society is that the boys को opportunities ज़्यादा मिलती हैं. They are having more opportunities than girls. Uh, what we need to do with being a parent or being a caregiver or being a teacher is that कि हम बच्चों के लिए उनकी उनकी जो हैबिट्स हैं, उनके जो इंटरेस्ट एरियाज हैं, उसमें मैथमेटिक्स को लेके आगे डेवलप करें. लाइक सपोज बच्चियों को बेकिंग में और कटिंग में इन चीज़ों में बड़ा इंटरेस्ट होता है. तो वाइल शी इज बेकिंग ingredients, number of ingredients, measurement, size of different objects. It's really work. You feel it. The unit conversion comes in baking. As a math teacher, I usually use this technique in my math classroom where especially the girl child are sitting. I switch their attention on their own interest. In unintentionally, they switch towards the mathematics. I give them activity that okay, fine, you have a dupatta, which is a rectangular shape. You all know it, and I ask them to fill it with the geometrical shape. How many geometrical shapes you will be able to use in that? So you know that little steps create a lot of difference in the mindsets of people, and that's why teachers are changing agents. Uh, so uh, there is no biological difference in between girl child and boy child. Everyone can learn mathematics if he or she get an opportunity for it. And who is going to create opportunity? We as teachers, parents, and caregivers. We need to develop this realization, and this realization is really very important. We can develop social skills as well with the help of mathematics. How that instead of saying dividing, can we say sharing? Share it equally among six children. Can we use the word equal and sharing? Yes, we can teach social skills too and values even with the help of mathematics. This is just a switching off here to there from fixed mindset to growth mindset. In a growth mindset, another very important aspect is that teacher usually discourage children while they have done a wrong question or their answer is not coming right. Having a mistake is not an issue. What is an issue is that you feel the child को एक embarrassment feel हो, उसको एक प्रेशर आए, वो he she or he, the child will become afraid of that कि मुझसे mistake होगी तो गलती होगी तो क्या हो जाएगा. कुछ नहीं होगा. The mistake shows the child is learning and developing understanding among the concepts. And if one more thing is really important at this point is the repetition of the same mistake shows that it becomes habit, and we need to change that or we need to stop that. But just once or twice a mistake shows that the child is struggling with this and he or she needs supports in it. Okay, so parents and caregivers own perception attitudes towards mathematics learning makes a big difference. And that is how we can bring change in their thoughts, in their learning patterns. Okay, in the beginning, I show you that I divided this presentation into three parts based on three questions. The second question in this series is, what are the required skills in mathematics or skills developed through mathematics? So you see a picture as well here, which shows different skills like critical thinking, problem solving, analytical thinking, quantitative reasoning, time management, logical argument, and illogical argument. All these skills you see at this point shows that how we have to deal math and which skills we are needed or which skills are required or we need to develop to learn mathematics in a better way and how mathematics helps us out in this area. So these skills are the number one is critical thinking. It's an skill which used for analysis of complex situations using logic and reasoning to understand the situations and take appropriate actions or make interpretations and inferences. So critical thinking plays a really very important role. I give you a very good example of word problems. You see, in the beginning, I share the mathematics is a language. So word problem is not a problem. It's just a word jumble up which we need to sort out that what is the correct meaning, and we need to develop that understanding. So how we will do that? With the help of critical thinking, we can do the problem solving as well. These all are skills are interrelated with each other. When we hold one point, it switch you to another one, and then the another one, and then the another one, and finally you get the final answer. In the word problem, very first thing which I usually teach my students and my learners is that thing, read the content or the word problem statement very carefully and find out that what they are asking, what the information is already given, and what they are asking. But at this point, they need to realize that, think critically, that which operation is needed for the query which they are asking. And the final part is the step, and the ending is should be on conclusion. So when we discussed the nature of mathematics, I told you one header that was about the mathematics is a tool of subject, and another one was that mathematics deals with the art of drawing conclusions. So it mathematics is a subject which leads you towards the conclusion, and these skills help you out. In the same manner, you see the analytical thinking. Problem solving is it teach you that you are not confined to आप एक जगह पे स्पेसिफिक एक मेथड पे आप फिक्स नहीं है, आप काफी मेथड्स को देखते हैं। इंट्यूटिव नेचर होती है मैथ्स की, तो आप मेथड यूज करते हैं मैथमेटिक्स में, तो उसमें हमारी बड़ा हेल्प आउट करता है। ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स हमारी बहुत अच्छी ग्रूम्ड होती हैं, और हम बहुत अच्छी तरह डेवलप करते हैं इस चीज़ को कि you there is always more than one solution ways to solve the same problem. Which one is easier and comparatively easier or simple for you? You opt for that. So you see, uh, analysis and understanding of problems, evaluating various options to solve the problem, and using the best option to solve the problem. In the same manner, you see analytical thinking skills in solving problems quickly and effectively using visual thinking ability. Again, math is a visual subject. In the beginning I used this phrase, and you got it that why I use this phrase that math is visual. It's very much visual, and we cannot deal it without having a visual thinking ability with it. Again, the quantitative reasoning, skills in applying and understanding basic and elementary mathematical concepts for solving reasoning problems and quantitatively. And the last one is that skills in analyzing logical and illogical errors. In reasoning, logic is method that supports a conclusion that is true, and on the other hand, illogical is a method that supports a conclusion that is false. When we discussed I discussed the nature of mathematics, you use one phrase for it, the science of precision and accuracy. Here you realize that why I use this phrase for nature of mathematics, because it gives you an accurate picture that might be it wrong, so it's wrong, might be it right, so it's right, but there is no in between phase within it. The next slide will take you to the career prospects of mathematician. Here we touched that how we deal with it, what the problems we are facing globally, and why we are saying that we are in a global crisis while dealing with mathematics, and what steps are needed, how we deal with it, how the ways the parents support, and the ways the skills which are needed to support mathematical learning and for pursuing career in mathematics. Now, at the last but not least, what are the career prospects of the mathematician? You see, here I list down some of the professions or jobs which mathematicians are doing in our society. The first one is just cryptographers. You see, are hired by security agencies and is responsible for ciphers, algorithms, and protection of code from cyber hackers. The cyber hacking is a very common problem which we are facing. Mathematicians are the people who deal with the codes they are providing for protection of these security systems. And I added on one more thing is that artificial intelligence AI क्या बड़ा आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा चर्चा है, बहुत लोग बात करते हैं उसके लिए। मैथमेटिक्स का रोल वहाँ भी ख़त्म नहीं होता। It's just फाइंडिंग एंड इकोनॉमिक फोरम ने भी इसको पब्लिश किया है, इस रिपोर्ट को, कि बहुत सारे प्रोफेशन विद इन 2 to 3 years 10 years में खत्म हो जाएंगे बिल्कुल, बिकॉज ऑफ कमिंग एआई टेक्नोलॉजी, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की वजह से। लेकिन बिलीव मी, मैथमेटिशियंस का रोल वहां भी नहीं खत्म होता। They are needed to develop codes and security checks in different manners on these artificial intelligence systems. Now, the second is statistician, applies formula, data, and other statistical techniques to solve problems in business, engineering, medical, and other industries, and research as well. As I'm a researcher, and for after collecting data, the next step has to be done through statisticians, where they can sum up with the data and come up with the accurate answers, which help me out to find out that this research is fruitful or helpful or not. In the same manner, we have investment analyst and financial manager, data scientist. They all are in these all professions need give you a clear picture that we are needing uh, mathematics in it. Here you go with this career in mathematics, complete picture, and you can, as I say, the math is a tool to deal with other subjects as well. So math is involved in each and everything. Last but not least, the conclusion. Yes, it's a math presentation about scope of math. The conclusion must be there. The scope of mathematics is still largely untapped in Pakistan, as most math lovers are still unaware of its prospects and how it can be pursued. So I think it's some help will be provided from my presentation, and you come to the point that what is mathematics and how to deal with it. Most students who are looking for a career in mathematics can go for any of the above choices if they feel they are highly competitive with numbers, and if they are struggling with it, I must suggest that they need a lot of practice to come up to the desired level. Okay, with this, I would come to an end of my presentation, and I hope that you all like it and it's really helpful for you to develop understanding about the scope of mathematics. And I am looking forward that if you have any questions or anything which you have a query in your mind, you can contact me on kashfalatafat@gmail.com. I really feel obliged to give you answers of you. And with this, I would like to say Allah Hafiz and Jazakallah Khair to all of you. Thank you so much to be with me for this session.